All right. See what these markets got to offer for us. All right, so we got about a 3 to maybe 5 second delay. All right, so I had a very good day yesterday. So my last 8 trades, I went 6 and 2. Last 10 trades, I went 8 and 2. All right, so this is a very awkward time to be trading here on a Saturday. Um, but I want you guys to understand something. It's all about finding the rhythm. Finding the rhythm is a very key component when it comes to, trying to find success in trades. You want to wait, give yourself about 2 to 3 confirmations before entering, right? When studying, pattern recognition and things of that nature, you want to be able to look at the first 5 to 10 minutes. First 5 to 10 minutes is just about studying. If you are the type that more times than not, 9 times out of 10, you come on the market and you've done a trade, and you haven't analyzed the market for the first 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes before going in for a trade, you're not going to understand the market conditions, right? Of course it's going to happen. Come on now. We get on these markets and we see something that look real good within the first few minutes. We like, yeah, it's time to go. But that is not something that you want to be doing all of the time. You have to understand market conditions. You got to be able to find a rhythm. And the only way to do that, regardless if you're only watching one market or multiple markets, or just bouncing around checking to see how everything else is looking, you want to take that time in consideration, right? First 5 to 20 minutes, you should just be looking to see what the market is doing. Don't rush into trades just because the market is moving. Think of it like warming up before playing a sport. You don't sprint on the first whistle, right? No. So always keep that in mind, and that's what we're going to be doing. So ExxonMobil, I actually have been keeping an eye on ExxonMobil, just looking at it on the hourly just to kind of see what's going on. What made it interesting about ExxonMobil is that price was in a position to where everything looked like price was just going to shoot down for a potential bearish trend. This is why I would have called it a potential bearish trend. But if you understand my analysis, you'll know that just because you call out a potential bearish trend does not mean that's the answer. It's going to go in that direction. You still need to have a little bit of patience, and build that connection with the market. You want to stay connected to the market, and if like just being able to see what has been going on here on ExxonMobil, I kind of got an idea that there's a lot of divergence set, which means opportunities is looking good in one direction. Everything is adding up according to technical analysis and pattern recognition, and then the market just slowly starts to go the other way. So that's also kind of telling me that the markets could potentially be stalling, which means there aren't no opportunities. I recommend you stay away from a stalling market. But if you can find the rhythm, if you can understand the the divergence during that specific time, then you'll be able to execute, with the best possible outcome, regardless whether you win or lose. So let's shop around. Go to Apple. Check out some Boeing. Same thing happened here on Boeing. Look at that. Boeing had a nice strong candlestick that was pushing all the way down strong. And then the market just started slowly coming back up. Now, if we take a look and see what that looks like on the 1 minute time frame, you can see that, wow, I had a nice strong impulse move. So if I was able to catch divergence, if I was watching the market closely and I was able to catch that divergence, I would have been able to notice that, price is going up, but it's still moving kind of slow. Even though, there was some divergence, it's still moving kind of slow. So that means a 1 minute entry may not be the best move to make during this specific time. Now here on Boeing, I could, on the previous hour, that was where the highest part of the market, 215.38. So one of the things I like to do is to watch how the market reacts to the key levels. These signals that I put out are very, very important, because it's all about paying attention to how the market reacts to the signal level. And the more familiar you are with it, which means the more practice and more times you've been studying the market, the better you're going to be able to tell exactly what's going on, right? The least you know, you're going to be confused, right? And this is why I tell people to dive in deep with this. Dive in deep. If you're not diving in deep, how are you going to know? People just want the easy way out. Stop trying to have the easy way out. Instant gratification will never serve you well in any sport. Look for the long-term gratification in this. So that's another key thing to focus on. Watch how price reacts at key levels, because that's one of my favorite trades to catch, is when the markets explode through those key levels. I don't waste no time. I try to get a quick entry in, right? That's something that you're going to be able to learn how to do by just continuously watching me over time, right? That's why you are doing yourself a great service by being a part of the union, and you're doing an even better service to yourself by being a part of the inner circle. It's no reason to waste time. The time is now. The more you hold off, the more you wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give it 2 to 3 months. Let me see how he does. No. I have over hundreds of testimonials that I've been of information. Right? It's no question. Take the risk. What do you have to lose? You're not losing anything, right? You're not losing anything being a part of the inner circle. Like, just do it. Get involved and start getting this information. So I can see I wanted to take an entry right here at the signal level. If I did, I would be in a winning trade, right? But like I say, I haven't gave myself enough time to actually find the rhythm, right? So I went on ahead and let it get through there. All right, now if I happen to go in for a trade, I'm gonna add an extra minute, give it a little bit more time. So I added an extra minute, which means my time is set to 11:47, right? Now look at how it dropped. Look at how it dropped immediately. So I would have been able, if I went in for what I was thinking about, I would have been able to get in, win the trade before it came back. That's what I like about the 1 minute entries. While looking at the markets, on the 1 minute time frame. But you can see it has lost all validity. You got to remember, I've already spotted divergence. So divergence is basically seeing information that's different or opposite of technical analysis, or your signals or indicators. So your indicators and confirmations will show you everything is right, but the actual market is doing the opposite. That's all divergence is. And the way that I spot the markets, divergence is you're going to be able to spot that by, from what we saw here on Boeing, its price came down strong. You can see there's a signal level here. There's everything is telling you that the market is going to go down. I don't really use technical indicators like that, right? I just got the fractals and the 2 EMAs, which are not technically indicators, but that's all I use. But that's because I know how to read the markets. So right now I'm watching how price reacts to that key level. So this is making it easier for me. If I go to another market, it's going to make it easier for me to be able to tell what can happen when the market gets to that key level, right? What did it do? It bust through. It bust through 215.38, and then it came right back down. So I would be looking for a quick buy if it goes up, and then looking for a quick sell if it comes right back down. Simple, right? So now that gave me a key indication on what to look for. This is why watching the markets for 5 to 20 minutes before actually going in for a trade is very, very helpful. I'm not expecting no trend to continue or to keep going, just for the simple fact of what I've spotted already with these market conditions. Remember, when learning how to trade, it's always best to keep 2 devices, especially because you could be able to listen to me, and then you'll be able to trade on the other device, and you'll be able to listen to me on one device. But that's what I like about YouTube, because you could just go straight to your network, go to your trading platform, and then you can still see me communicating with you by putting the YouTube screen very, very small, right? Just like here, like I got here, you can see that's YouTube right there, right? And then this is my screen. So you could be able, that's what I like about YouTube. It's not really possible to do that on TikTok. Now look at Advanced. Microsoft just created a nice strong momentum candlestick, and now it's showing signs that it may go back up, but the markets are stalling. So if you don't catch that, the momentum when it first kick off, you might want to hold off on trying to continue in that direction. It could wind up, getting pretty bad if you make it happen like that. So what I do like about Advanced Micro Devices is that it is approaching a signal level 143.6281, and I was able to find that here at the swing low. Now we have a strong flat top that just came in, a strong bearish Hakanashi. That's what this candlestick is here. This candlestick here is a strong bearish Hakanashi. I'm not expecting it to go down, even though that's what it's showing me. It's showing now, unless the market conditions change, which the market conditions change, very, very quickly. It can change very, very quickly. I still want to stick to what it is that I'm focused on. I expect this market to maybe come down a little bit more and then probably shoot back up. So I'm expecting the market to shoot back up. Let me check it out on the hourly. Yeah, I don't expect that. I do like when dojis continue to push down. That would be a good entry at the signal level if the markets was in good conditions. For the simple fact that the markets may not, it may be shooting right back up. Now on the 1 minute time frame, I have a strong swing low here. So I could put me a drop here. I could expect the market to reverse from here and then go back up. Maybe not necessarily touch this signal level 143.6358. You may not be able to see it because I'm in the way. But yeah, that's 143.6358. So I'm expecting it to maybe get here and then work its way back up. Just based off what I've seen the previous that's called tight correlation, which tight correlation is not always effective. Nothing is always effective. Always remember that. So I'll probably try for I got my time set to 11:55. Like I say, I am looking for the market to go back up. I don't know about how long, so I'm kind of guesstimating on about how long it could go up. And though I could be right in everything about my analysis and still wind up being wrong. You could be right and wrong at the same time. Like you could be right on what direction it's going to go in, but you could still wind up losing a trade. So this is where protecting your investments come in at. To know more about my protect investment strategies, you got to be a part of the inner circle. I have so many different strategies that will be able to help you just destroy these markets effectively. So we have a signal level here where the market could have reversed, and we have one here where the market could have reversed. Now, if it continues to keep exploding through, I'm not expecting for that to happen. So 9 times out of 10, I won't be looking to go in for a bearish trend, even though that's what it looks like. But that's what divergence is all about. Divergence is about confusing you. It's about giving you confusion, right? So I want to go with the confusion right now. I don't want to go with what's right. I don't want to go with what's technically right. I want to go opposite of that. So I'm looking at it on the 10-minute time frame. Maybe I'll have the time set to 12. If I have it set to 12, the best time to go in for the trade is probably now. Go back to the hourly time frame. The more it rejects this level, the likelihood of price going up will increase. So right now it's starting to shoot through pretty strong. So now I'm looking to see if it's going to come back up strong. If it comes back up strong, as soon as it hit that signal level, that'll be my entry. There it is. On the 10-minute, it looked like it's really going to go down. But let's see. I'm not confident in it going down at all. Even though it looks good, it showed us everything we needed to see. And it can happen, man. This thing could just keep shooting down, and then I would have lost the trade, and that's okay, yo. That's okay. Just understand that your protection plan your investment protection plan, and you will learn about more about that in the inner circle. Your your investment protection plan is going to be very valuable, very useful to you. So far I'm in the money. The trade looks like it could be a winning trade. Now it's back below my strike price. And to all my beginners out there, let's zoom in. My strike price, this is where I entered the trade in. And I have the time set to 12 o'clock. It's 11:56. So in 4 minutes, this trade is done. If it's above this signal level, I mean, not signal level. If price is above this strike price level, right here, if it's above that strike price level, by the time 12 o'clock hits, I win the trade. That means I'll be able to receive a payout, 115.20. If it's below the strike price, then I lose the trade. And that's what I've always liked about binary options, is that it's a very simple tool. Like if you're getting in that space of quick trading, this is going to be the best platform for you. It's going to be the best platform for you, and you'll be able to make the proper adjustments along the way. So there's a lot of irking and jerking around this area, and it's starting to show signs that it might push down. So I might be losing this trade. I still got a lot of time. Still got a lot, blah 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 blah. Still got a lot of time, and the markets are stalling. So by the market stalling, there's no telling where it's going to wind up being. Yeah, this is a losing trade here. We got 1 minute 50 seconds left. Need that joker to push up. I need one strong candlestick to push up. All in all, that was a good entry for a divergence market. Now, it's either two things that could be happening here. The market conditions could be shifting, which means that the market conditions could be changing and something different is starting to happen. Yeah, different movement, different things could be happening. Or tight correlation is not, in full effect, like how I thought it was. But one thing about tight correlation is that most of the time it's in full effect. It's going to happen exactly the way you need it to. Things will work out exactly the way you want them to, if you know how to read and understand it. But yeah, this one is a losing trade here. Now, the good thing about it is that looking at it on a 10-minute time frame, the market could wind up by the next candlestick. It may continue to start pushing up. If it's not still far down below on this signal level, 143.6281, if it's not low somewhere here and it's starting to creep up, then that means by the next candlestick on the 10-minute time frame, this candle will probably start going up, which is what I would want to see. So now price has created another low. I'll drop me a signal level here, 143.694. I may try to get in if price starts to push up strong right here near this signal level. That's where I'm looking to enter in for another trade at. I'll wait for the next candlestick. Yeah, things are just jumpy and all over the place. All right, so I just went in. Soon as price hit that signal level, because I expected price to shoot back up strong, I just needed a little bit more time as opposed to going in at the time I did. All right, I think it might be good for one more entry. So I was able to get that trade. So as I analyze, it would have been good to pop off another trade here, which is what I was looking at. It kind of went up too fast. I don't expect it to continue to go because remember, we're in a stalling divergence market. The market is stalling and there is divergence. So according to technical analysis, a stalling market is going to trick you multiple times. But if you can find the rhythm, like what I was pretty much talking to you about in the beginning of this live. Hold on. It might be one more solid entry. I might try to get in here as price leaves this signal level. I'm looking for it to shoot up a little strong. No. So yeah, stalling market is going to trick you multiple times. As price comes down, whoop de whoop de woo, rejects here. It showed you that it was going to be a potential strong bearish trend, and then price came back up. Then it showed you it was going to be a strong reverse trend, and now it's going back down. That's what happens during the stalling market. So you got to be able to catch it at the peak of its momentum. Quick entry at the peak of its momentum. Now this is a different kind of market. It's a different kind of way that I trade, other than what I try to have you guys focus on in the signals group in the union. So now price then bounced back down. It's probably going to bounce back up and then have a nice strong move right here at the signal level. We got 5 minutes left in this candlestick, so it could potentially continue to push down strong. I don't know why it says chat is disconnected. There's actually nobody here live with us right now. All right, it's in a good spot to where it could potentially shoot up. I'm looking for one more good entry, so I can start the day off on the right foot. It might be better for me to do absolutely nothing, but I'm gonna go ahead and see what's popping. There it is. It might shoot up real quick. Don't be too scary to just go in on, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't be wanting to just quickly go in on those. I think it's gonna within these next 3 minutes, price has a lot of potential to shoot up, but once again, probably come back down. I don't like how that look. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. It's kind of boring. I ain't got nobody here to chat with, ask questions. You know, I know it was kind of. I told you guys I was gonna go live sometime before 1 o'clock, right? So you guys got to be prepared to catch me live so you can ask the right questions and follow along. It's much better following along versus watching the actual replay. Trust me on that. When I watched my mentor, everything I saw was live. There were no pre-recorded videos. I had to actually record. I had to record myself. So you guys have a unique opportunity. I'm going to be doing recording a lot of lives like this. Not everything is going to stay on YouTube, right? But you, as a part of the union or the inner circle, you're going to have access to certain things. Being a part of the union, you're going to have access to certain things, and then a part of the inner circle, you're going to have access to pretty much everything. But yeah, not being a part of the union, you will have a limited access. You will only be able to see what's out there in the public. But like even a live like this, because I gave out so much valuable information, I may just keep this for the union in the inner circle. So I'll probably make this private, but because you have the link, you'll be able to view it and watch it whenever you want to. Because I don't really care for views. Is like, I'm not really, it'd be nice, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, have a strong platform that I'm making money off the platform. That's nice. That's not my actual goal, but if it happens, I won't be mad. I'll take whatever I can get. But I'm not really concerned with, you know, views and all of that. But I will try my best to get as many people to view me as possible, because we need that. Oh yeah, for sure, Pedro. That's what's up. That's what's up. I didn't know I had anybody on here. But yeah, Marcus is getting out of whack. Yeah, I gave out some real valuable info here on this live. Maybe I probably should just keep this one for the inner circle. Keep it for the inner circle. Yeah, I'm glad to be back, and no issues with the live. Remember how many issues we was having months ago when I was trying? You know, I'm new to this, not true to this. You know, I'm never afraid to admit when I don't know something. I don't know. I was trying and fishing it out, but that's what's That's what's very unique about y'all teacher, Master Quency. What's unique about me is I never stop trying. I never give up. I always go harder to solve the problem. I don't care if I lose money in the process. I don't care if I lose time. There's not, nobody in this world can be capable of doing something and then I feel like I'm not capable of doing it, but they are. It's impossible. So I'm going to break every nook and cranny. If I got to get books, mentors, whatever I got to do, I know that I will be able to succeed at this. So I'm going to do whatever I can to get it. And that's how the same kind of drive I want you guys to have. You got to have that same fire instinct. It's a reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing is because of that kind of energy that I have. So if you can adopt the same energy that I have, and just like how you have, Pedro, and a lot of other members that I have, it's so many people that I've seen and so many people that just flew, but the ones who stuck and was like, I'm going to keep trying, I'm going to keep trying, them the ones who get it no matter how long it takes, whether it's 3 months, whether it's 6 months, whether it's a year, whether it's 2 years, whether it's 3 years. You eventually get it. You know what I'm saying? You cross that bridge. And that's what I be trying to tell people. So many people in this world are just so distracted by the silliest things and just want to wake up and have fun. Oh, I'm bored. I want to seek to have fun today. How about you seek to study these videos? How about you seek to read this book? How about you seek to learn more information that's going to be able to help you live freely one day? And I don't care what you do, how much money you make in this world, you'll never be able to live freely. The richest people in the world put in the hardest work in the world, right? Think about Elon Musk. He used to sleep where his business was at until he got what it is he wanted to get. But it was bigger than just about the money. It's bigger than just about the money with a lot of rich folks, right? People who have actually earned it, whether they had money starting off or whether they haven't, right? This is probably going to go up here on advanced micro devices. It's very, very hard. It's very, very risky because the markets are stalling and now they look unstable. Yeah, the markets look unstable right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live. But yeah, for anybody out there that's watching this and you're not a part of the union, you're not a part of the inner circle, you need to get a part of these two groups. You will for sure wind up advancing to the next level. One step at a time. It's all about educating yourself. My prediction is that advanced micro devices is going up, but even though I'm watching this, it's hard to catch a rhythm. So even though I have a clear prediction, I don't have the rhythm down pat. Now, if I had the rhythm, I would probably be looking to I'll be seeking to go in. But yeah, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure you study this video. I may wind up making this video private, right? For members only. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm Master Quency. About to end this live stream. Make sure you work, hustle, and invest. Peace.